Once upon a time, there lived a man named Chukwuma and his wife, Nkechi, in a bustling town nestled amidst the hills of Igbo land. Chukwuma was known far and wide for his kindness and affable nature, while Nkechi was celebrated for her beauty and gentle spirit. Their love was a beacon of hope in their community, and they were the envy of many. Their joy knew no bounds when they were blessed with a newborn child, a tiny bundle of happiness that filled their home with laughter and love. However, as the days passed and the demands of parenthood grew, Nkechi found herself overwhelmed with the responsibilities of caring for their child and managing the household. Chukwuma, noticing his wife's exhaustion, decided to hire someone to help with the baby, allowing Nkechi to focus on other tasks. Unbeknownst to Nkechi, Chukwuma had a hidden agenda when he brought a beautiful young woman in Adaeze into their home to care for their child. He presented Adaeze as a helpful neighbor who had experience with children, and Nkechi, trusting her husband implicitly, welcomed her into their home without suspicion. Adaeze quickly proved to be an invaluable help. She was attentive, caring, and seemed to have a natural talent for soothing the baby. Nkechi was grateful for the assistance and found herself growing fond of Adaeze, who seemed to be a godsend. The baby, too, appeared to be thriving under her care, and for a time, peace reigned in their household. However, as weeks turned into months, Nkechi began to notice subtle changes in Chukwuma's behavior. He seemed more distant, often lost in thought, and there was a tension between him and Adaeze that she couldn't quite place. He would leave early in the morning and return late, citing urgent matters that demanded his attention. Nkechi also observed the occasional whispered conversations between Chukwuma and Adaeze, but dismissed them as harmless exchanges about the baby's care. Little did she know that these whispered exchanges were laden with deceit and hidden intentions. One fateful evening, returning unexpectedly from a visit to her mother's, Nkechi stumbled upon a scene that shattered her world. She had forgotten her purse at home and hurried back to retrieve it. As she approached the house, she heard hushed voices coming from the nursery. Quietly, she crept closer and peered through the slightly ajar door. What she saw made her heart stop. Chukwuma was standing close to Adaeze, their faces inches apart, speaking in tones that were far too intimate for comfort. Adaeze was cradling the baby, her eyes locked onto Chukwuma's with a look that was anything but neighborly. Shock and disbelief washed over Nkechi as the truth dawned on her like a storm breaking through a calm evening. Her heart sank as she realized the depth of her husband's betrayal. The woman she had welcomed into her home, who had cared for her child, was not just a helpful neighbor, but someone far more entangled in her husband's life. Adaeze, caught in the act, reacted with venomous spite. Her eyes flashed with defiance and anger, refusing to admit her wrongdoing even in the face of Nkechi's tearful accusations. Chukwuma, stunned by his wife's sudden appearance and the unraveling of his deception, stood speechless, guilt written across his face. Nkechi's sorrow turned to righteous anger as she confronted her husband and Adaeze, demanding an explanation for their deceit. Adaeze, unable to maintain her facade any longer, lashed out in desperation, revealing the truth of her relationship with Chukwuma. Tears streamed down Nkechi's cheeks as she realized the extent of her husband's betrayal and the deceit that had clouded her home. Chukwuma begged for forgiveness, his remorse palpable but irreparable. Adaeze, now exposed and scorned, fled from their home, leaving behind a shattered family and a wife grappling with the betrayal that had unfolded under her roof. The moral lesson of this story, that betrayal, no matter how well hidden, will eventually come to light and destroy the trust and harmony that once existed, because true love and integrity are built on honesty and respect.